I'm back with a book haul. Half price. So let's see which bastions of knowledge we have found today. Or last week. I've been reading. First up, I can't pronounce the name, something along the lines of Troutwine Civil Engineers Reference Book. Let's just go with that. By the Troutwine Company. This book is from 1937 and has an absurd amount of detail of time scales, railroad engineering, road construction, rock digging, just all the things a civil engineer should know, but never actually seem to pay attention to. I don't know if you noticed that? They never seem to pay attention to how to actually build stuff. So I wanted to know what they should be building this stuff to, at least in 1937 anyway, because that stuff's still around. Second up, The Handbook of Power Resistors. Very, very cute little book. This one is compiled by H.F. Littlejohn, Jr. Yes. And is basically talking about the basics of resistor technology and how they're constructed, and for what uses certain resistors should be used for. Nice and simple. Very cute little book. Next up, now we're getting into the meat and potatoes. Green, otherwise known as Bushbaum's Complete Handbook of Practical Electronics Reference Data, 2nd edition, by Prentice Hall. I love that publishing company sometimes. This one has information on radar, antennas, general whatsamajigs, and since this was 1973, electron tubes. Man, I miss the 70s sometimes. Not the general period, but the technology. The technology was awesome, because electron tubes are just cool. Filters and optoelectronic devices, power supplies, mathematical formulas, it tells you stuff, and it's just a general good all-rounder. Now, walking out of the realm of understanding into nonsense, elementary differential equations. From the University of Kentucky. Very interesting, and I understand very little of what it's talking about. I can recognize that it's talking about a double prime function. What does that mean? No idea. How do you get there? Well, I'm hoping this will explain it a little bit better. So, we'll understand that, hopefully, eventually. What is this one? A Technician's Guide to Microelectronics by Douglas Young. Oh, a name I can pronounce. This one talks about the construction and development of integrated circuits, prepping the silicon wafer, cleaning the depositation of silicon dioxide, removing it, etching, and all that crazy stuff, and how to get transistors to make logic gates, which is always something that seems to be very hard to find these days. I have never found a decent source of finding the transistor layout for certain logic gates and ORs and ANDs. And hopefully this book has a little bit more on that. Continuing on with that, this book was a bit of an impulse buy. It was a very easy buy. The Encyclopedia of Electronic Circuits, Volume 2 by Rudolf F. Graf. It had a section on car circuits, including the little delayer thing for the windshield wiper, and so that kind of sold me on that. It has some other stuff too, some more important things like radar as well, and laser circuits, and just general high voltage, some other cool stuff, but it was the car windshield wiper that definitely sold it. Next up, by R.C. Hibbeler, Engineering Mechanics Dynamics. This one is just a general basic physics derivations telling you how stuff moves, so hopefully I will be able to calculate with exactly how much force Erion's books hit the wall. And more important stuff like how much energy I need to put into the thing to make it go fast. But, mainly the books into the wall. Next one, by Theodore L. Brown, General Chemistry. this has a section in thermochemistry, which was very fascinating to me, and also photochemistry, if I'm not mistaken. It covers the gaseous states, general chemistry, electronic structures, the atoms, ionic bonds, all those bonds that you always hear about and then you never ever bring up again unless you go into chemists in college. Acid and bases, first law of thermodynamics. Chemical kinetics, equilibriums, electric cells, non-metallic element chemistry, metallic element chemistry, all that good stuff. And then finally, last but not least, again, kind of a weird buy, but it was kind of cool and I wanted it, is the Advanced Organic Chemistry, Reactions, Mechanisms, and Structures, 2nd edition of McGraw-Hill. And this one has pretty decent step-by-step instructions on some weird organic chemistry that I don't understand, but hopefully one day will. Until then, I will continue looking at the funny, pretty pictures. And that's about it. Thank you very much. Erion will be joining us shortly for her book haul. Have a nice day. Au revoir.
Hello. Continuing our book haul. Yes, we had to take a trip into Lexington and we went to Half Price. And I was surprised because I was able to unhaul 4 boxes of books. They paid more money than they had ever paid. So I was actually going to get Prometheus, his books, which I think you've seen. And I found 6 books. I'm pretty sure there were 7, but I don't remember what the other book is. I have it written down, but I'm not going to go get it. Okay, anyway. So some of the books that I got, because there's a new booktuber, I don't know if he calls himself that, he is doing a read along with the Harvard Classics. I'll link his information down below. I don't recall the name. He is very new. He doesn't have that many videos, but he already has a ton of subscribers. So check him out. Okay, so I only had 2 Harvard Classics. I bought them in 1997 in a Vermont antique store. Emerson and Virgil. So I found some and I bought them so that I can participate with this young man's new channel. So I got Leo Tolstoy. This is apparently, I don't know if it's volume 2, but it's book 17. Next one. Book 15, I have Goethe, I don't know how to say his name, Goethe, Keller, Storm, and Fontaine. Then I have Victor Hugo, and this one is book 12. And this one is Thackeray, Newman, Ruskin, Huxley, Thoreau, and others. This is a deluxe edition, so it doesn't have a number. Anyway, I've read some of my Emerson, and I like Emerson. It was good. I also found 2 Mark Twain books. The Life on the Mississippi. I don't know that I knew about this book. It has some very interesting pictures. This is a picture of a bunch of skulls. A boy. I don't know how well y'all can see that. So what are those called? Woodcuts? And then I accidentally bought a book that I already had. There is a positive to this, though. So I bought The Innocents Abroad by Mark Twain, $5. And I didn't think I had it already, but I do. Now the bonus is this font is so tiny. Tiny! And I thought, I like this. the binding, because it goes with some other books that I have over there. I think it's Dickens. However, the font. But the new one has excellent font. It is so much bigger. So I'm going to read this one. And then I'll make a decision on which one to keep. Can I read the other one? Yes. I can read the font perfectly fine. I just don't want to. Because it's tiny. Anyway, so 2 Mark Twains, 4 classics, 4 Harvard classics. I know I have another book. If I'm editing and I think about it, I did not do that. Don't tell Prometheus. He's right there. He just came in. He heard me. Okay, anyway. If I remember while I'm editing, I'll try and put the information of the 7th book, because I don't know where it's at. It's put away is where it's at. I just don't remember which one it is. Anyway, if you have read any of these books, let me know. If you have read any of these Twain books, let me know. And leave a comment below and let us know what you think of Prometheus's books. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.